Hello, this is Donna, the Transdimensional Twin Flame and the Afterlife artist. I'm coming here just for a minute to talk about some gifts that I've received from my twin flame in spirit. He is an expert gift giver, and I happen to be wearing, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rings that he has helped me get, or that he has just plain old, gotten for me. And I have some criteria to consider something a gift from him. I don't just consider anything I want to be a gift from him. If he thinks I should buy something, that still doesn't mean it's a gift from him unless he gives me the money for it or makes it come to me in some kind of magical way. So this is my wedding ring. The flash here is washing out the color very much. It looks much better than this, but it's a pink zircon, which is considered probably the oldest mineral on the planet, over 4.44 billion years old, and they call it the Time Lord because it actually kind of shows you how old the Earth is. Now I waited 1,001 days to get these wedding rings because he asked me to marry him after he transitioned across the veil, and I said, okay, but you got to get me a ring. And eventually I waited and didn't make any plans to get married because he didn't give me the ring yet. Now I knew he could give me things, so that's why I did that. And he said, okay, you're being a little too hard on me. It's going to take a minute to get you the perfect ring. Can you please go ahead and plan the wedding? And I promise I'll get it for you. And I'm like, okay. So we did the wedding. It was amazing. We did it in this room where I am right now. And then I said, well, okay, but I'm still waiting on the ring, right? And it didn't come, and it didn't come, and it didn't come. And I conveniently forgot that he had told my friend maybe we could shop for one. Because I said, I've never had a man give me a wedding ring as a surprise. I want you to pick it out and give it to me somehow. I don't want to pick out my own ring. I've done that twice. I was married 2 other times. Neither one of them cared enough to go pick a ring out for me. I never got the romantic proposal that I wanted, and I never actually got the husband that I deserved either. Chris is the right partner, but of course he died. That put a little crimp in our plans, but we kept going because we are transdimensional humans and this is what we came here for. So his transition was actually just the next level of our development, and it was like a promotion actually to a new level because his level of energy just went up. He's now in spirit, so he's got this amazing energy, and now I have it too. So this ring, I found it on Etsy. I liked it. I ordered it. When it came, the stone fell out the next day. I was so mad because I thought, why? Why, after all this time, do I wait and finally find my perfect ring and then it's ruined? I mean, it was extra sad because I had waited so long, right? Because finally I decided to buy my own ring because I got sick of waiting for him. I was like, you know what? Let's just get this stupid crap over with. I'll buy my own ring and let's just forget about it, right? I gave up because it had been 1,001 days almost. Honestly, that's how long it had been since we got married. So, the stone falls out. I message the seller. She's super nice about it. And she says, if you mail it back, I will set it again. I'll fix it for you. And then I'll return it to you. And I didn't know if she meant for free or what. But she also said she would refund me. So she refunds the money, I send it back, and I don't hear anything for a really long time. And eventually I message her, I forget how long it was, but probably weeks or a month or something. And she said that she had been in an accident, but she was getting back, it was like a motorcycle accident or something bad like that. And so, of course, I sent her healing, and then she fixed the ring and only charged me like about half of what it would have been. So I got about half the money back. Okay, that's clearly a gift from Chris. And that'll be a theme with a lot of my gifts, is that something's wrong with the order and then I'll get it for free or reduced price or something weird like that. So this doesn't always happen in a way that pleases me. A lot of times things happen where something gets lost in the mail, something gets stolen, something breaks, and I get something else for free. So at the same time, I found this band. Now, what happened was I wasn't going to get a band. I just wanted this solitaire, but it was a little too big. And so I got this band to hold it on. But the band ended up looking just like my first wedding band from my first husband 30 years ago. It was just a sterling silver band, but it had these same flowers and leaf designs on it. But it was much less detailed. This is actually gold, and in the flowers, 3 of them have little diamonds inside. This is a vintage ring from the 1950s, and I love it. I love it. It's supposed to be roses, but to me it also kind of looks like cherry blossoms, and we have a lot of synchronicities about those. So, what happened with this ring, this ring also I had to have it resized. Like, they sent it, and it didn't fit at all. Like, it wouldn't go on. And I was really sad, and they said, oh, if you just mail it back, I'll size it for free. And I'm like, wow, cool. But I also asked if I could get a discount, because, why not ask, right? So they gave me like a 10% discount, I think it was, which ended up being the same amount as I had paid for this ring after they gave me half off. So I consider this ring free, because the money was exactly the amount of money that it originally cost. Now these other rings... Okay, I'm going to go with this one. Blue butterflies were the first sign that Chris ever gave me from Spirit. There was a couple things. Purple hearts were the first thing he ever said to me when I asked him what I could look for as a sign. I heard purple heart. And I heard it in my own internal voice. So I was going to dismiss it because I was like, what is this? Lucky Charms, What does a purple heart mean to me? Nothing. But I was taught in mediumship classes not to dismiss these things, so I didn't. I just waited and I looked for purple hearts. But what happened was, a few days later, I realized our cats have purple heart name tags, and our cats are the loves of our lives. We actually met them in a dream before I ever got them. So I knew what purple heart meant, which told me that I had heard him. This was my proof. So I started out, as soon as he transitioned, knowing that he was doing all these things. The day after, a few hours after he transitioned, he had knocked over a painting in my house, and it was face up on the floor next to the refrigerator, so I would see it first thing in the morning, and it was a painting about our twin flame journey. So he's been doing this stuff from day one. Now, blue butterfly was the other sign that he gave me at the beginning, and I saw them everywhere, and I've heard since that, blue butterflies are a common sign for people to see from Spirit. Not sure why exactly blue butterflies, but they seem to like certain signs. And, butterflies in general symbolize rebirth. So I understand the butterfly part. Butterflies are about transformation and rebirth, and everybody who transitions across the veil is basically turning into the butterfly that they always were supposed to be. Being in a human body does feel kind of like you're being encased in a cocoon, because your energetic body that you receive is, that you go back to as soon as you shed the physical body, that's like you're shedding your cocoon and you're expanding into the infinite. You are the butterfly. So I never had any butterfly jewelry. I designed some recently. I have a butterfly ring that I love, but I never had anything blue until recently. I went out west and I saw beautiful Southwest jewelry, and I wanted some, but I didn't get to stay long enough to go looking for the right thing. And it's all really expensive as well. I'm sure it's worth it, but I just didn't have the time or the money right then. So when I got home, I was looking on online, and I found a couple of blue butterfly rings. I found this one first. It's got turquoise and onyx, I think, and then mother of pearl. And it's vintage. It is signed by the artist, and it's from the Zuni tribe in New Mexico. But I had asked the seller, it was a local seller, and I had asked, first of all, if they could meet me, because it was local. And it said it was in my town. So I said, would you be able to meet me instead of me coming to you, because I don't drive? And then I asked her something I've never asked before. I said, I have some things to trade. I have some crystals and tarot cards and art. And if you'd like to trade anything, would you take a lesser price for this ring? I'll still pay you, but like a little bit less, and then we could trade. And she said, yeah. So I thought, cool. But Then she changed her mind and she said, I'd rather just have the money and, rather than do all that. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I get it. So she kept it at the regular price, and it was $145 was the price. Now that's a really good price for one of these rings. I looked them up and they can be in the hundreds and hundreds of dollars. They're very collectible, and this is an extremely nice example as well. So I let it go. I didn't do anything about it. Instead, I went on Etsy and I found this little guy, also a blue butterfly, and this one was $27.50. 27 is Chris's number for I love you, because his birthday was on the 27th of August. And we officially got together when I just blurted out that I loved him one day on February 7th in 2020. So that was another 27. And I saw so many 27 synchronicities that I thought, what is going on with this number? And I found out what it was. Eventually, he gave me the answer. It was our number for I love you. So now I see it constantly, and way more than you should see something like that. And it's always his little reminder that he loves me. So anyway, the price of this being $27 and the fact that it was a blue butterfly clearly was the right thing to do. It's also probably Zuni, and it's also vintage sterling silver, turquoise, and mother of pearl. So I went ahead and got this one. But then I looked on the local Facebook marketplace again a few weeks later, and I saw that this ring was still there. But she had marked it down. She had made another ad for it, but didn't tell me. And she had marked it down to like $120 or $125. And I still didn't do anything about it. I was like, well, that's nice, but I don't really need it, And then I looked again the next day, and she had marked it down even more. So now it was $95. Now that's even less than I was offering to pay her when I offered to trade her some items as well. I was going to pay her like $100 and trade her some stuff. So now it's even cheaper than it originally was going to be when I was going to trade her, but she's marked the price down so I don't have to trade her anything. So I messaged her and said, would you ship it? And she's like, yeah. So I got it, and it fit on the proper finger. So now I have these two blue butterflies that symbolize, one of the very first signs he ever gave me. And it was our 5-year transition year. His birthday, it was around his birthday. So this was his 5th birthday in spirit. So it was important. So I had waited 5 years to get anything that symbolized, this. So that was significant. And, now these 2 rings I just got at the thrift store this weekend. I know they're from him. First of all, because of the purple. He keeps giving me purple jewelry at the thrift store. I asked him a couple of years ago for gemstone jewelry at the thrift store, and I found an amethyst stalactite slice in a pendant. And then I found a purple agate necklace. And so this time I found a sterling silver, what looks like an amethyst. I'm not sure if it's real amethyst or glass, but it is sterling silver, and I thought it was beautiful. And then this ring, which turned out to be vintage from Mexico from the 1950s or 60s. It's from a place called Texaco. It's known for their sterling silver. You will not see this, but this ring is a color shifting ring. It's only purple in artificial light, but in natural light it is teal completely. So I knew it was either a real alexandrite, which is the most rare crystal in the world, or probably a fake alexandrite, which is still valuable. It's like a lab-produced sapphire. Now, sapphire is Chris's birthstone, so this is relevant. The fact that it changes color represents him and me, because we're twin flames, so we are 2 people, but in one crystal. And it's purple again, so, he keeps giving me purple things. So I found both of these at the same time at the thrift store. This one was $22. This one was $30. It's clearly worth more than that. And when I looked this up, I found out what it was and how much it was worth. And some of these rings are in the $400s of dollars. Some of them are in, like 170. There was a couple that were less than 100, but there were some that were like over 450. So, at the same time as I saw these rings, I heard a song in the store called Cherry Blossom Girl. And like I said earlier, we have a lot of synchronicities with cherry blossoms. The fact that I heard this song and knew the lyrics because I used to own that album, it's a hard song to hear the lyrics because they are French. It's not easy to decipher the lyrics, but I heard it because I was supposed to hear it because it was for me. And this was the day after he had played another song the night before called Cherry Blossom. And I don't know about you, but there's not that many songs that are called Cherry Blossom. So this was just more proof that these were gifts from him. This is how it works. This is how after death communication and after death gift giving works. It's a weird series of synchronicities and timing. And you have to pay attention to that. And if you dismiss it, you'll never get it. I could have just said, oh, look at these cool rings I found. But I know they're not just rings I found. Yeah, I found them. Usually they don't just appear on my pillow. They could, but they don't. You have to go do something in your life. You have to go put out some energy in order to find these things. But if you pay attention to the synchronicities around it, you can figure out when you're being given a gift from spirit. So I just wanted to do that today because I have never shared the story of these butterfly rings. And my trip out west was transformative, and I cannot wait to go back. I want to move there. So this to me is also a little reminder that I'm going out west and I'm on the right path. So thank you so much, Chris. You are by far the most generous partner I've ever had as far as just giving me physical gifts. And he says the gifts are just trinkets. He's like, I'm just showing you that you can have anything you want. If you get, happy with simple little treasures like this, you are very easy to please because I will give you the universe. And he shows me that. He backs it up with his actions. So anyway, thank you so much for watching that. I didn't mean for it to be 17 minutes long, but his stories are complex. All of these stories are kind of complex and they have a lot of layers, and you can't really get the meaning of them without hearing the whole story. So thank you if you watched all this. I appreciate it. Now pay attention. If you have somebody in spirit that you want to talk to, ask them for a sign. Ask them for something to show up for you, and intend that it will. Ask them for gifts and see if they can do this. Some people have to learn how to do this, so Chris actually teaches that on his side. So if you have somebody that you would like for them to learn from Chris's class, go ahead and tell them to find Chris Rathswood. And, tell them that he's my partner because they'll be able to link to him. All right, thank you so much. Have a great day.